name's Maria van Driel. I'm the director of the Jozi Book Fair and I work for Kanya College. And I'm the deputy director of Kanya College. And Jozi Book Fair is one of the projects of Kanya College that we started in 2009 to create readers and writers in all South Africa's languages. There's such a weak culture of reading and writing in South Africa, and the education system is quite poor. And so by the time our children get to matric, 50% of them have dropped out of school. And they've been so alienated from education, from reading and writing, from speaking in their mother tongue, from promoting their own indigenous languages, that we looked at how do we actually shift this and turn this around. How do we create readers and writers? But then there's no books and there's no libraries. So how do we help the children and the youth to create their own literature for each other as well? Because we can't sit and wait. So what we decided to do is, how do we link different art forms to make it very interesting for young people, to get them interested, to get them involved, and link this to the word. So we'll have film and a book launch. We'll look at, different things like literature meets jazz, poetry, which is very popular amongst young people. And at the end of the day, what it's helping us to do is to raise, art is such a wonderful way of getting young people involved. It just raise the level of all of them, because then they enjoy themselves. It's fun, it's, hip-hop music. And then you say to them, put lyrics to your music. You like music, put words to your music. Now, if you don't read, how are you going to know what lyrics you want? So that has helped to get them much more interested, and at the same time to appreciate all the arts in South Africa, where they come from, the history and so forth. It was one of the considerations for the theme Youth Rising, because it's the 40th anniversary of Soweto 1976. And so also it was linked to Fees Must Fall last year, Roads Must Fall, etc. And even, if you look at Marikana in 2016, a lot of it's a younger generation that's coming through. And we thought it is important to give young people that focus and that space, and to reflect on Soweto 1976, the lessons, what was it about? Because every year we say June 16, maybe we do the walk of Hector Peterson, but youth don't really know what was what was happening at the time. It's absolutely right, it's unfolded, because we started as a book fair, and since then the concept has developed, has deepened, has broadened out. Because what we realized is it's not enough to, there are literary festivals in South Africa, but they're cocktail circuits. They're for the elite, they're for the wealthy, they're for the middle classes. The book fair is about building a movement, because we can't do it alone. We can provide the platform, we provide the initiatives, we respond to the initiatives from the public, because I think that's important. The public has to take this as part of, how do I teach my neighbor to read? How do I go home and teach those in my family household and encourage them to read? I'm a university student. So we had students coming and saying, can I teach young people how to blog? So people are also having a sense of a social conscience of this is all our problems. Do you know what I mean? If we have a low culture of reading and writing, it affects all of us. It brings us all down. And this year we moved into a new area called reading buildings. How do you read space? Like architecture. If you look at buildings, what does it tell you about the world? And who has power and who doesn't have power? How does it tell you about the world in terms of the access that people have, you know, to, if we're building a library, what kind of library is it? So that's a new area for us because we're reading film, we're reading buildings now.
And dissident poetry was the only way that I can fight apartheid. A rage sharp as a blade to cut and slit and spill blood, for the blood spilled over 300 years. It's a direct engagement with the apartheid government.
You know, we've got really great patrons, Zegzimda, James Matthews, Ronnie Governor is not a patron, but he's a veteran who associates himself very closely. And we also had Poet Laureate Jozi.
We know now, past any argument, that places can have scars, and they can be warm or cold or full of intrigue, like faces.
Comrade Jozi, every fortnight he was here to do the poetry, monthly poetry forum. Imagine giving up your time every Saturday from 12 to 4 to spend time with young people.
Sometimes you don't think that you can be the thing that you want to be. So you keep it a secret and you spend your whole life working as a doctor or whatever when all you really wanted was to be a writer. And there could have been a moment like this where somebody said, go ahead, do it, you'll be fine.
We chose maybe one or two writers. We invited Christine Kunta, not Christine Kunta, Yolisa Kunta. We invited Sylvia Volanov.
Because my grandmother was such a compelling storyteller, the stuff that she told me and the way she was so part of my DNA as I was growing up, you know, because she made sure that you understood what Swellendam meant to her and wie Ome Abraham was and waar staan aan die van.
Most of the authors who came to launch their books, Rami Chuene, Adam Rabinovich, Banele Lukele, they came as young people who wanted to launch their books.
Well, I actually put a memo at the end of last year to check when the Jozi Book Fair was coming up because I saw it in a tweet in 2015. And I checked every month to see if the applications were up. And eventually the applications came up. So I applied for that and they gave me a stall and now we're here. I can't believe I've done this. And then you look around and you're like, I can't believe we have all done this. We are some kind of community that the Jozi Book Fair has now allowed us to come together and meet each other. And there are some great people who have stands next to me and I've met amazing networks. We've already even started planning talks for 2017. So it's a really good platform, especially as a self-publisher. I don't get invites to big events. I don't get like front page in any newspaper. So this is a platform for me to make my network.
They can get us on our website, they can get us on our Facebook page, they can phone us at Kanya College, you know, and they can email us at Jozi Book Fair. kanyacollege.org.za, and we will always try to contact them as well. And we really want to encourage, you know, people to be part of this movement of readers and writers.